Hallo Leute! As you might have noticed, pushing out episodes is kind of hard at the moment because I'm really busy, have papers to write, and stuff to worry about, so, you know, it's kind of hard at the moment. But instead I figured, you know, to not leave you hanging without anything, I would do another review today. You might remember I already did one of these reviews about a resource that helps you learn German in an alternative/fun way. Last time that was books, and this time it's vocabulary stickers! Huh? Well, let me explain. These are FlashSticks. They're your post-it notes that help you learn vocabulary. Now, the idea isn't new, right? You write your vocabulary on little sticky notes and then you stick them around your place so they can help you learn vocabulary on the go, if you will. So basically the idea is every time you walk past them, you get reminded that, you know, first of all, to learn vocabulary at all, and second of all, what means what. And that is exactly the idea that FlashSticks are based on. So you might ask, what makes them worth the promo then? Well, there are a few nice things about them that I think just makes them noteworthy. First of all, I personally find it really nice to get rid of the part of having to write down your vocabulary because I hate that part of studying. So that is the first thing. They print it out for you and it's there and you don't have to worry about it. That's it. Second of all, of course, is that they pick out words that they think would be appropriate for you to learn in your level. So that's, I think, another very nice thing for the purely autodidactic learners among you, because, you know, you always have to look for words if nobody's giving them to you. And the way they print this is pretty, you know, self-explanatory. You get your German word at the You get your German word at the beginning of the card, and then, yes, okay. So, you get your German word in bold and in big at the top. And then, of course, you have the translation down there, and you get a little picture that helps you memorize it as well. And then, and this I find especially noteworthy, they have a pronunciation help here. And it's not written in, you know, phonetic signs that most of us just don't know. But instead they use a transcription that basically tries to use your English sound wiring to help you pronounce it correctly. So for example, der Himmel would then be transformed into der Himmel. So, Himmel, it actually says here. So that's of course not spot on, but it gets you into the right direction. And then to go along with that, they offer a free app that lets you scan in your FlashSticks, and then they have clips of native speakers pronouncing the words. So you could, you know, read der Himmel, sky, see the little picture, and read the pronunciation help, and then you could scan it in and have somebody read it to you, and after that you will, you know, you don't only have the thing that puts you in the right direction, but it also triggers your memory of the native speaker pronouncing it. So I think that's a really intelligent way of combining different channels. And now another nice thing I really like is the color coding. You probably already have noticed that by now with me holding it up all the time. So we have blue for male nouns, we have pink for female nouns, and we have yellow for neutral nouns, which is pretty awesome because that's the exact same color coding I use. Not very surprising, but still pretty nice. And then they have a fourth set of cards, or sticks, that are green and that contain, as you can see here, it's a verb, essen, and then adjectives, and then also a set of, you know, other words, like I think there's numbers in here, and then also expressions. So just a collection of other things besides nouns. And then also you can open this up and you get, you know, another reminder, advertisement, whatever, for the app, and then you get a list of all the words contained in this pack. And that's actually the next point I want to talk about. So the packs, they have these 3 starter packs, they call them, for 3 different levels: beginner, advanced, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. The 2 I have here are beginner and intermediate, so I didn't get a chance to look at the advanced, but you know. It's 100 cards each, and by now you're probably wondering about the price. So like I said, it's 100 cards per pack, and each pack comes at a price of £5 Plus, you can use a discount that they kindly gave me for you guys, which I will write down here. It's just my name with a 10 behind it because you get a 10% discount. Katja 10, Katja 10. So you can use that to get a 10% discount if you do end up purchasing one or multiple sets. So I'd say that's pretty affordable. I personally would feel like it could be a bit less, but since I don't have any information on their production costs and, you know, what goes into that, I can't really judge that very well. Regardless, I don't think it's, you know, it shouldn't burn a hole into your pocket. So all in all, I'd say this is definitely a solid resource worth checking out if you feel like this could help you at all. And I do think that the chance is very high that it could, because, you know, the vast majority of us just learn very well through multiple channels, and especially if there's some visual aid involved. And you have plenty of those here. You have your little pictures, you have the colors, and also just, you know, how it's set up. The big word is always the German word, and also I think the pronunciation helps, a really nice touch. Now I can totally get some of you saying, I can do this myself, and I totally agree with you. There's no, you know, this is not a must-have resource, but first of all, it saves you work, and second of all, I just think it's, you know, it's well set up. Another thing I would like to be clear about is that even if you purchase all of these 3 packs, you will end up with only like 300 words, or if you only start with one, you only have 100, which of course is a nice jump start, but is nowhere near enough for, I don't even know if that's enough for any level. So you should take the terms, you know, beginner, intermediate, advanced lightly. That's not like the entire vocabulary you need for that, although I think that should be clear to most of you. But it's rather like a sneak peek into words that you could, or that you should want to know and use at the different levels. Now, they refer to these as starter packs, so I don't know if they're gonna be more in the future. I don't have any information on that. All I'm saying is, for now, you can't rely on this to be your only vocabulary source. But I think, again, most of you probably already figured that. Nevertheless, I am convinced that if you do end up getting these, you will learn the words that are in them very well, because learning through multiple channels at once, like I said, is just basically the best thing you can do. So the concept stays good. And for all that, I also think that the pronunciation help app is just a nice little cherry on top, as you say, that they put extra effort into, and where you can really see that they, you know, put thought into how can we make this a valuable resource. So, all in all, like I said, if you do in any way feel like this could help you, and my opinion is that it can help anybody to some degree, do check it out, because any way to make learning vocabulary less dull is awesome in my book. And if you do end up purchasing from them, use the code they gave me, the discount code Katja10, and you'll get 10% off. So that's awesome as well. And aside from that, I'm sorry I won't be able to put up an episode this week either. I'm really hoping to get some work done on my paper this week, and maybe I'll be able to push it out next week. I don't know. I certainly hope so. But even if I don't, you know, I'll keep reading your comments, I'll keep replying to them, so I'm not off the radar, as you say. So, I'll see you when I see you, and I hope you have fun with these if you do end up getting them. Tschüss!